Betty Davis. Betty Davis was born Ruth Elizabeth Davis in 1908 in Massachusetts. She is amazing, and I think one of the things that I love most about Betty Davis is that, unlike most of the screen sirens of her age, she really got to where she was because of her talent and because of her intense mojo and work ethic, not just because of her looks. Now, Betty Davis was certainly interesting to look at, and she had these fantastic eyes, which, as you may remember, were the inspiration for a fantastic song in the 80s, Betty Davis Eyes. But the thing about Betty Davis is that she really didn't get to where she was because of what she looked like. She got to where she was, if anything, because of her personality, and she was actually so domineering that she was often referred to as the fifth Warner Brother. Betty Davis got her start on Broadway, as a lot of people did. She first started in 1929, and that was her big break, and like a lot of actresses of the day, the first one that comes to the top of my head is Jessica Tandy. She started her career on the Broadway stage and later moved to movies. What's fantastic about her is that she did garner the recognition that she really should have. She was the first woman to get a Lifetime Achievement Award by the American Film Institute, the AFI, the first woman actress, which I think is amazing on its own. She also was the first person ever to get 10 Academy Award nominations for Best Actress, and she was only later outdone by another amazing woman with mojo, Katharine Hepburn, who actually got 12. Betty Davis really stands the test of time. I think we all really remember her in her quintessential performance in Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, in which she played kind of a has-been, and she was actually teamed with her on-screen rival, Joan Crawford. Another thing we remember about Betty Davis is that she was just as known during her time for her on-screen career as she was for her tumultuous marriages and for her fights with women who she was working with, as well as the studio bosses. But overall, I think everyone will say that Betty Davis has an amazing career, that Betty Davis was a woman who spoke her mind. She was a woman who had tremendous mojo, tremendous spirit, and she's got a legacy that's completely enduring. She continued to work up until the very year of her death in 1989 from breast cancer, and that's just another tremendous tribute to her spirit, that, you know, until honestly the moment she died, she was out there working and trying to better herself and trying to leave a lasting impression on the movie audience. So Betty Davis, Woman with Mojo.